ヨースター、吠えろ黒金の方向、翻す白鷲の青き翼、ユニオンに所属する最大最強のブラックドラゴン、詰まるところはあたし登場。指揮官はこういうの好きなんでしょ。アズールレーン期間限定海域イベント開催。
Hello, hope everyone's doing well. Today, the New Jersey event's coming back. Well, a couple days from when this goes up. Just a PSA, this is recorded well ahead of time. So if there's any significant changes to the event, I will make a follow-up video. But if it's just like extra skins and some side stuff, maybe the side events, I'll make a separate video on if they're kind of big, kind of complex or confusing how to do them. Yes, the meat and potatoes. New Jersey is coming back. Finally. Long have we waited. The Jersey Queen activated. Bunny Queen activated. All that good stuff. So, as I was saying, we have New Jersey here. And then she's extremely good. One of the best battleships, if not the best battleship in the game. I still think she's #1. But debate there. Archerfish, an essential part of the U.S. submarine team. Really good ship. San Francisco. A multi-use ship. So you can use her as an off-tank, as a main tank, as a healer. She's quite good. Ticonderoga. She's kind of eh. I didn't really use her too much. She's a bit better for light armor enemies. She has a burn. And she is the drop ship. And you can also get her in the shop. So don't worry about if you don't get her from poles. She'll be able to get her from there. And then Boys is another event ship. She's another Brooklyn class. Specializes in heavy armor enemies. An AP gun will be good on her. And then Morrison's the point accumulation ship. He's just a generic PD, good AA. And yeah, let's go to the rest of the event and we'll come back to the unit reviews in a few minutes. So skins, Bunny Girl theme skins. I would expect there'll be a couple more that get added. Furniture, a Bunny Girl bar theme. Daily tasks as usual. Yeah. So for the gacha, before I forget, if you haven't done a UR event, there's a pity system. So every 200 builds, you're guaranteed to get, you'll be able to exchange for 1 copy of the UR. So if you're unfortunate and can't get the UR, by the time you hit 200, you can get her then. Or let's say you go up to like 196 polls or 190 polls, and then you finally get her. I would just say go to 200 so you don't have to get an extra bullet for her. But that's just my opinion, and yeah. Also, there will be the free polls tickets. This is based off the Shinano event, which had them. There will be in the low 40s. That's the how many Shinano's event had. Yes, back down. Daily tasks, same as every event. Build 3 ships, sortie and obtain 15 victories, and sortie and clear 1 non-event hard mode stage. Should be doing this one every day anyway. For the cube, map completion tasks. These are the same as every event. Cubes, coins, points, and a couple different rewards. After you complete D3, you get the dorm furniture. And it's very, no ambushes or air raids. And because it's a rerun, I think they might have B and D open, the hard mode stages. Sorry, C and D open. As well as SP, since it's a rerun. Let's see, there's new modules. Your Soccer Empire ships deal 5% more and take 5% more, and Eel Union deal 5% less and take 5% less. So that's interesting. Work around that. There's a fog. That reduces accuracy. That's no fun. And this is the amount for clearing stages. If you can do SB, make sure to do that every day, and then farm D3. Ticonderoga drops some B3, D3, and SB stage as the boss only. We'll just be going over the hard mode rewards. C1, got toolbox, and the BB gun, HE1, that's pretty good. You've got Renown in Arizona, but hopefully grab them elsewhere. But if you don't, you can get them. For C2, as for gear, the steam catapult's nice. You get the tier 2 Ryusei. That's a good torpedo bomber. As for chips, you get Hiryu and Soryu. Hiryu is still pretty good in PvP. I still see her used. She's still a pain in the ass. So you can definitely grab her and harass people. C3 has Suisei. This is a really good dive bomber. It's extremely fast, and so it helps with your timing. So if you have Arc Royal, Centaur, Formidable, Implacable, helps their airstrikes go off first so they can slow enemies beforehand. And the Tenzin is also here. This is a budget, a converging torp plane. So if you don't have a Ryusei or a Tenzin Kai or the other one, it's gold, then this is a good option for working on a budget. And Saratoga and Lexington here. Saratoga is definitely worth picking up if you don't have her already. And then D2, we have the CL gun. That's nice. Nice HE gun. Get the anti-torpedo bulge. Help deal with torpedoes on your tanks. Helena and Cleveland are here. Good AA. Helena's got her debuff. It's pretty solid all around. D2 with the Hellcat. This only drops some sirens in the boss, but it's a really good fighter. You also have the drop tank. This gives HP and an aviation stat for your carriers. And then Yorktown Hornet, nothing special there. But D3 is very special. You can get the air radar, weaker Barracuda, and the hydraulic rudder improved version, aka the washing machine. Very good piece of gear. You'll definitely want to be farming for the prints of these, so you can get a couple. If you can get 2 of these at least in your farming, you're doing pretty good for farming this event. And Ticonderoga's here, obviously. Unicorns here. Those are 2 good options for drops. That's pretty good. So yeah, D3, as usual, is the stage to be farming. In the shop, we have Ticonderoga, obviously. The Iowa gun. This is a very good HE gun, the best HE gun there is right now. Even if you've done this event, make sure to get enough points, so 10,000 points, to get the other copy. It's just that useful. If you haven't, I would say this is your first priority to get. Is this gun right here. Definitely grab that first. If you don't do anything else, if you just get New Jersey and this gun, you'll be set. This may be upgraded to Season 5, as well as this one. It may not be. I'm unsure. They'll add cognitive arrays next to the chips here. And they will add the augment gear stuff. Yeah. But definitely go for the gun, the UR prints, the PR prints, sorry. And then Tycho, if you haven't got her. Oil's running low, coins is running low for the gacha. That's the buyout price here. So if you can get that, you can buy everything. 124,550 points. Have fun. Milestones, pretty generic. All the events have these. If they have milestones, they'll be these rewards basically. Retrofit prints, coins, chips, skill books, and then the accumulation reward chip, and then at the very end, tech packs. But if you can get up to like 50,000, you're pretty good. Not too much farming beyond that. Maybe 55. But if there's good gear. This event, it's got good gear. Alright, so I will be right over. Excuse me. right over with the ship reviews. Alright, so it is ship review time. I put some builds on the ships I'm not using. Laffy is here as a replacement for Morrison, as I did not keep her around. I did not have much use for her, and I wasn't buying dock space at the time. So I wanted to conserve it. Yes, we will get into it. Here's New Jersey. She's in her O skin. Also has her bunny girl skin. Her default. One thing about our default, if you turn the dynamic on, the her wings back here clip in the front. That's an interesting thing that has not been fixed, if they're aware of, or just not caught yet. As for skills, Dragon's Breath, this should be the first skill you level up on her. This, if she had nothing else, no equipment, no other skills, just her firepower stat in this barrage, she's still top tier. This barrage is incredibly strong. I've done Operation Siren boss fights, the meta showdowns, and I forgot to put a gun on her because I was swapping stuff around, and she just ended up not having one, and she outdamaged FTG, who had the Georgia gun on her, through this barrage alone. So it's honestly incredible. And then freedom through firepower makes her main gun spread smaller, so her shots don't go as wide, so they'll more likely hit the same target. That's really good. Georgia has a similar skill, so I'm gonna assume all the Iowas will have this skill. And she fires a sporting barrage into the other fleet if she's not active. So if you have your mob fleet going and she's in your boss fleet, she'll help them out by firing barrage. That's really good. That's really cool. I think it's the same barrage as the first one. And oh, by the way, her barrages are not dictated by her position like some of the other ships. Like Musashi slaps the area right in front of her, just pow. New Jerseys will fire out from this flagship position every time. So you don't have to worry about it whiffing like that. And then if that other fleet that's not active is an Eagle Union ship, increases the aviation by 15% for Eagle Union CVs and CVLs, so carriers and light carriers. I'm assuming, based off this reading, it's a little unclear, but I'm assuming this is for the carriers in that fleet, not this fleet. That's a good skill. And then, so I'd probably say that skill is like third in order to upgrade. Unless you're going to be using her just kind of off on the side and just firing the supporting barrage, then you could do that first or second. And then don't you just love it? It's probably the second skill you want to level up. Firepower and reload by a good chunk. If she's with other Eagle Union ships, increases AA by 15%. That's a big buff. And it's, she's not pampered by being supporting like this. She does incredible amounts of damage. And decreases damage taken by 5% for all your Eagle Union ships. Once again, really good. And increases the firepower by 10% for your Eagle Union battleships and battlecruisers. So, really good skill. Incredibly good. As for guns, this is best in slot. This is the PR2 UR gun for Georgia. Their Eagle Union. Have it maxed out. You can also use the Iowa gun from this event. It's just the HE. You're using HE on her. You can use this gun from the PR lab. It precedes the UR gun over here. You can use this one. Use the FTG gun if you don't have. So if you're farming PR2 prints, and you get this first, then that's good. You can use the Gascon gun, PR3. Yeah, there's a lot of good options to use this one, but hopefully you will have the Iowa gun right here to put on her from the event. So we set there. Because Eagle Union battleships cannot equip CL guns, you'll have to put a destroyer gun or a pseudo destroyer gun that can't go on destroyers. That's what I have on her right now. Plus firepower by 35%. It's a good amount. AA by 10. Other options. This guy right here, obviously. A little more AA. This is another really good option right here. This AP gun. I believe this is Iron Blood Gear Lab. Yeah. This is a really good option. An alternative. What is this one? Yeah. If we don't have this one, the Gear Lab, that other one's also another good option. And then AA gun. I have this just for the extra damage buff from her firepower. At 15, it's not a whole lot, but it adds up a little bit. And I felt her hit is good enough that she doesn't need a bow for stag. I have plenty, so yeah, I feel like her hit's well enough. And then I have the the Admiralty Fire Control Table in her Aux slot. This gives her hit and firepower really good. Decrease loading time of her first main gun volley. Increase her spread, so her shots are hitting the same spot, basically. We're talking ink plots. And I have this on her mostly for PvP, which is nice in general. It does kind of mess with your timing. So you want to have, if you're using her like all Battleship fleet with like Vanguard or Ulrich, you want to make sure they have the other version of the fire control radar. This guy right here. And they have a faster gun. That way they can activate their effects first. As for other aux gear, black and white shells, salt and pepper. That's good options right here. I think I ran double white shells until I put this one on. Because her barrage always deals critical hits. And, well, yeah, that's really... Okay, so I didn't really... Oh, never mind, I'm being silly. And then for augment gear, I wouldn't worry too much about augment gear, but I just have this on for PvP, so when she fires it, she buffs. That's really nice. Ticonderoga. Essex class carrier. Nothing too special about her. I don't have her skills up. I'll work on her eventually. But she has a burn, so that's good for fighting light enemies. And she can shield your Vanguard. That's really nice. And then she can decrease your flagship's damage taken. I believe Morrison has a similar effect, so... Yeah, nothing too special. I have a rocket plane on her. Does a bit more damage to light enemies, and it's single target. Helldiver, can't go wrong with the Helldiver. And then Barracuda I just put on here for parallel torps. I'll just put any other torpedo bomber on her, like the Ryusei or a Seonkai. That's what I was thinking of earlier. And steam catapults or the blimp gives HP aviation, wherever it is. Yep, aviation oil tank. Interesting. The wiki calls it the drop tank. Yeah, so that's you know, increases survivability and a little more aviation. It'll be more useful for later stages, like World 14. You're not using the you don't have the washing machine for other travel gear. Now, before I get to boys, you may notice I have San Francisco in the middle. I'll go over that when I get to her. Let's go to boys. So boys specializes in doing damage to heavy armor enemies. I have an AP gun on her. A Neptune gun, PR1. She has some buffs depending on her HP. And then if she is below a certain threshold, she heals, so she got a zombie effect. And takes less burn damage after a certain threshold. So nothing too special. You use her on a heavy armor boss fight. That's an option. Actually, let me go. Sorry, Tycho. Tycho has the bunny skin. I was about to go over Boise skin, and I forgot Tycho. Oh, sorry about that, Tycho. And Boise got a couple skins. This is the LTD she gets from this event. This will be available again. It's pretty nice. I just have one problem with the special touch throws a pool ball at her tit, and it smacks her in the tit with a fucking pool ball. Like that's fucked up. So kind of why I don't like that skin. It kind of ruined it for me. Got a Halloween skin. That's there. I like this one. It's pretty nice. I think this is a Chinese New Year skin. Gear wise, survival gear. You can put anti-air gear on. Any anti-air gun's fine. Any secondary is really fine. And then AP gun to maximize her damage to heavy armor enemies. That's her niche. Oh, San Francisco. I really like San Francisco because she uses the slang Ella, which is originates from the Bay Area of California and is spread to most of Northern California. So I grew up using that kind of slang. Let's see, yep, there is Hella Drab. Used it a couple times. I really appreciate that. Get Starstruck. She has 2 barrages, and if the barrage doesn't activate, she gets buffed. Merchant has a similar skill. It's her first one. This is her kind of specialty skill right here. Right place at the right time. Increases her evasion and accurate and AA by 10%. So that's, makes her a tank regardless. And depending on where she is in your vanguard, it's a different buff. So in the front, it's an extra AA and evasion buff, and then takes 15% less damage. Really good. She's in the middle. 20 seconds after battle starts, she'll heal your entire vanguard for 10% of their max HP. So that's why I have her in the middle. It's because when I use her on a mob fleet or Operation Siren, so she can heal up and make those battles go easier. And then rear makes her buff everyone, so she gets extra firepower and AA, and your whole vanguard does 5% more damage. So that's really, really good. And as for gear, I have AP gun on her, so I'm fighting a lot of heavy armor enemies. Any secondary is fine. Any gold AA gun is fine. And then as for Ox gear, I have survival gear on her. So yeah. And then Morrison. Pretend this is Morrison. Hit the button. Ooh. Position. So here's Morrison right here. Oh, you know what? Before I do that, let us go off San Francisco's skins. So she has a bunny girl skin, and she has a dancing skin. That's cool. It says Annie. This might be one of those dynamic skins. Not sure. Yeah, that's there. Alright, Laffy, or not Morrison. Back to that one. So, here's Morrison. Nothing too stand out about her. She is an elite ship. Destroyer. Got decent anti-submarine stat. And okay AA. Not as good as I thought it'd be. Her speed's good. Torpedo. Nothing too special. But as her skills, increases burn on the ship and buffs herself when she gets kills, so that stacks. And also increases the ASW for your whole fleet every time she gets that kill. It stacks up to 5 times. So it can be up to 20% ASW stat buff, which can be really helpful. Certain stages have submarines, like World 14 has a bunch of submarines. In 14.3 and 14.4, some SP stages and events have submarines, some event stages have submarines. It's like really useful for fighting submarines. And then other skill, increase damage and flash takes by 25%. Nothing too special there. And she just has, when it loads over here, Bunny Girl skin. So, nothing too special about Morrison here. I do have Laffy's gear on her, or Laffy set up. So I just have a good DD gun, is the Tashkent gun. It has a lot of firepower stat. Any torpedo's fine. Mag torps, normal torps, whichever you prefer. Any AA gun. And then I have the high performance air radar, just for the extra AA. It's a theoretical build I don't really use. I've never really used Morrison, so it's just kind of stock, generic destroyer build. You'd also run the rainbow torpedoes on them. Or survival gear. Cosmic picks or that. Yeah, that's Morrison. As for total ships, who should you pull? Yes, absolutely, you should pull in this event. New Jersey is a game changer. If you don't have her, it'll be incredibly good, especially if you're starting out and get New Jersey early. That's setting you up for success the entire game. I can't understate how good she is. You know what? I forgot. There's a submarine here. Sorry, Archerfish. So here's Archerfish right here. She does more damage to heavy armor enemies, and then if she has other Eagle Union submarines in her fleet, she buffs herself and their crit damage and torpedo and accuracy stats for all your Eagle Union submarines. So that's really good. As you probably briefly saw, I use Archerfish. No, not she is Archerfish. Kavala and Albacore. That's the one starts with an A I'm thinking of. Has more oxygen and has a couple extra barrages. That's nice. Really solid. Honestly, this first kill here alone, it makes it really good. As for gear, I have the Bitter. This is the best submarine torpedo there is right now. It is magnetic. That means it will hone in on the enemy. The secondary gun here, just whatever you have extra. And then I have the Auction Torp and the Snorkel, both from the core data shop. And these just, more damage and more oxygen, so it stays underwater longer. I believe I put this on, yes. So, more torpedo crit rate. Acts really well with her skill right here. But yeah, that's her. There's a couple skins. Kinda soothed, I'll be honest. But yeah, so that is all the ships now. Oh, that's not the fleet I want. And I'm moving over it. Got from this really bad. So should you pull? Back to this one. Should you pull? Yes, you should pull. New Jersey, absolutely worth it. Archerfish. The other two Union submarines are easily available. You can get one from farming in the War Archives and the other from the Merit Shop. So it's not hard to get this. It's not like this Ironblood submarines. One is event limited right now, and the other two you have to hope you get something out of special pull, or wait for the Wishing Well. I know one of them, U96, has been in a couple of selection tickets, so she's a little bit easier to get. But UO101 is, I believe, still just in the special pull. Yeah, so Archerfish, really good. Ticonderoga, get her for collection, level her up for fleet tech points. Nothing too special. You can, if you don't have a bunch of other Essex class, you can fulfill that role of having all Essex class. That's pretty cool. Boise, nothing special. Like I said, you can use her for heavy armor bosses. Other than that, San Francisco, really good. Can fulfill a multitude of roles. Main tank, off tank, while buffing everyone's damage, and then a healer. So yeah, really good. And then Morrison, you'll get her from, if you play the event, you'll get her. Nothing too special there. Except for the ASW buff, which can be nice. Depending on the situation. Alright, that is all. Hope this was helpful. Hope you enjoyed. And I will see you next time. Bye-bye.